Surrogacy is another magical treatment. Surrogacy works for people whose uteruses don't work. So some woman may have had a hysterectomy and she doesn't have a uterus. Another woman may have had several failed pregnancies or a bunch of miscarriages, and her uterus really isn't right for holding a pregnancy. This is when we turn to surrogacy. There's two ways to have a surrogate. There's traditional surrogacy and gestational surrogacy. Traditional surrogacy is not used very often anymore. By definition, traditional surrogacy is usually when an insemination is done in a woman. The surrogate is the genetic, biological mom, her egg is used, and she's also the woman that carries the baby, the gestational surrogate. So it's really her biological baby with the intended parent's sperm, and then the intended couple adopts the baby. This is not used much anymore. Today we talk mostly about gestational surrogacy. The egg comes from one woman, the sperm from the man, and the gestational surrogate is truly the carrier. She is not at all related to the child. Sometimes the egg comes from the intended mom, and sometimes the egg comes from an egg donor. Either way, the surrogate is not genetically related to the child. To do surrogacy, especially the newer gestational surrogacy, we need IVF. We get the egg and the sperm in the IVF lab. The embryo is made and implanted in the carrier. One wonders how you're going to find a surrogate. What woman is willing to carry a baby for me? It's amazing how many women actually like being pregnant. I tell women who need a surrogate, just put the word out. Mention it to friends and family. You never know who might say, wow, I liked being pregnant. That sounds cool. I'd do that for you. But if you don't have friends or family, there are agencies who have lists of women who would love to be pregnant for you. Of course, it's pricey. I can't lie. Having a surrogate deliver your baby means making sure she's covered all the way during pregnancy. She may have to take off of work. There's fees involved. So price is sometimes a limiting factor for women who need a surrogate. Ideally, adoption takes place before birth, and the intended parents become the legal mom and dad. You need to know the law in your state or your country regarding surrogacy. Laws on surrogacy vary widely, even in America between states. And sometimes having your own child returned to you can be hung up in legal limbo in the courts. Please consult a lawyer as well as a physician before embarking on a surrogacy journey.